ego, inner child, and authentic self. Have you ever wondered why you sometimes feel so torn between these different parts of yourself? Today, we're breaking down these three parts of our inner selves to help you understand, navigate, and integrate these complex parts of yourself. Hi, I'm Amy Elizabeth. I'm your energy evolution mentor, and I'm here to make spirituality simple. Let's explore the ego, the inner child, and your authentic self. Understanding these parts will help you create harmony within and live a more fulfilled life. Before we dive in, comment below which part of yourself you feel most connected to. Let's start by understanding each part. The ego. The ego is the part of you that deals with the present moment's desires and fears. It often wants immediate gratification and validation. It might say things like, I need support right now, or I'm not okay, or I won't be okay. Think about a recent situation where you felt urgency, and how did your ego react? So the ego is a reactive part of ourselves. I know that when my cup is empty, my ego starts to talk, and I immediately go to victim mode and how I need help and I don't get any help and I give so much help, and there's a little bit of bitterness, resentment, anger, frustration that sits behind that. And it almost has like a little bit of a whiny baby kind of a way. And so I understand that my ego is talking to me. And when I really get it, I give my ego the opportunity to scream, yell, and have a temper tantrum and get that energy out so it gets to be heard, accepted, and loved for exactly how it shows up. Next, we have the inner child, representing your younger self and your younger self's needs and emotions. This part might be seeking proof of love and worthiness and saying, I just want to be known that I am enough. I want to be held. I want to be loved. I want to know that someone has my back and is going to support me and hold me and love me. Can you recall a time when you felt unworthy or unloved? How did your inner child respond? I know for myself, when my nervous system is overactivated and overstimulated, I need some kind of a response from others, like oxytocin, like a hug, or sometimes I just need to have somebody on the phone with me while I cry. I need to be heard. And I get an opportunity for my inner child to feel the feelings so that she gets to be safe in those feelings. So for example, now my mom and I have a deal where I will FaceTime her and I'll say, Mom, do you have 5 minutes? And do you have a bucket ready? And she knows exactly what that means. And I will literally just start blabbing what it is that I feel. But it's not the ego. It's truly a level of a little girl who just wants her mommy and wants to be held and wants to be nurtured and wants to be supported and wants to get a really good cry out. And she just sits there and lets me do my thing. And it's almost as if I feel her putting a blanket of her love around me because she's literally holding space for me. And when she's not available, I do it for myself. And I invite you to do the same. To nurture that little person inside of yourself who wasn't feeling safe at one point in time and now is revisiting that pattern and just wants to be known, wants to know that they're enough, wants to know that they're loved and that they're lovable, and wants to know that they're safe. And lastly, your authentic self. This is who you truly are at your core, beyond your fears and your conditioning. The part desires genuine connection, love, support, in a balanced, in a win-win manner. And this part of you really understands responsibility and radical acceptance. What does your authentic self desire the most right now? Share your thoughts in the comments below. So for me, my authentic self, well, she wants to take radical responsibility for where she is on her side of the street. And so as much as I possibly can, I have clearing conversations. Why? Because I know that in all relationships in my life, even somebody at the gas station, that they're just a mirror reflecting back a wounded part of myself. And that it's not them, it's actually a version of me. And that they are my teacher in that moment, and I get to heal something, big or small. But my authentic self absolutely knows that this is an opportunity for growth. And so what I do is I have clearing conversations all the time. And I get to take full responsibility for how I react or respond to any situation that's happening to me in the moment. And with this comes radical acceptance, that I accept that everything is happening for my highest good rather than it's happening to me. So going back to your ego, when your ego is in a wounded and hurt place and a very righteous place and an angry and a frustrated and a bitter and a resentful place, it wants to blame, 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 blame. But when your authentic self can speak to your ego and say, well, so what would it be like if you took this as an opportunity to not reject the other or reject this feeling, but actually take responsibility of the fact that you feel this feeling and that this doesn't feel good right now, and clean it up and clear it up. And the same with your inner child. Your inner child who wants to be loved, who wants to be noticed, who wants to be seen, who wants to be heard. If we get to take radical acceptance for the feelings, the sensations, the emotions, the experiences that we're having, that they're not happening to us, they're happening for our highest good. They are opportunities for growth. Then it is a win-win situation. Recognizing which part of you is speaking will prevent you from getting wrapped up in the ego-driven thoughts and help you address your inner child's needs more compassionately. A key to practicing is asking yourself these questions. What is my ego saying? What does my inner child need? And what is my authentic self desiring? The reflection can guide you toward a more balanced response. By understanding and integrating these parts of yourself, you can take responsibility for your actions while surrendering to the flow of life. Remember, you are enough just as you are. I am so grateful that you watched this video until the end. It means so much to me that you are an addition to this community. And so if you got something out of this video and you understand more about your inner child, about your ego, about your authentic self, please share this video with your friends, with your communities, like, subscribe to this channel, and continue to come back and join us as we all evolve together and we live in awe and make life awesome. Until next time.